this lecture, let us discuss about GRU, Gated Recurrent Units, which is a variant of LSTM that simplifies the architecture while maintaining the ability to handle long-term dependencies. It merges the forget and input gates into a single update gate and removes the cell state using only hidden state to store information. It is used to handle sequential data while mitigating vanishing gradient problem also. Coming to the data flow in this GRU architecture, first you can take inputs. So you can see there are two gates, reset gate and update gate, and we have candidate for a hidden state, hidden state. Okay. So this is the previous hidden state actually. So what are the inputs? XT as well as HT minus 1. Okay, this is the previous hidden state. So we are providing that, and reset gate calculation is done here. So this XT and HT minus 1, both of them are concatenated and passed through this sigmoid activation function. So from this we are getting the result. So this result is nothing but RT, which is reset gate calculation. Okay, this output RT determines how much this HT minus 1 should be reset. Okay, and then coming to the equation. So here in this you can see X before. So you can use either of the two symbols for element wise multiplication, either this one or cross mark. Anything is okay. So in this diagram initially we use cross, but in the equations which I'm going to explain, this notation was used. So in order to make it more clear or to avoid confusion, I just placed this symbol only in place of this cross. Okay, in all the three places. Fine. Then let us see the equation part. Assume that this is the scenario. We need to predict the next word in the sentence. The cat sat on the followed by this word. So this is a word we need to predict. Coming to the explanation of the first equation, that is related to reset gate in the gated recurrent unit. So this reset gate is responsible for determining how much of the previous hidden state should be forgotten before computing the new candidate memory. Okay. So it takes the previous hidden state HT minus 1 as well as the current input. You can see both of them here. Then applies sigmoid activation function from which we are getting RT. So this RT value, it ranges from 0 to 1 and it controls the influence of this HT minus 1 on new memory. And we have the sigmoid activation function which is applied to ensure the output always stays between, so this value, it stays between 0 and 1. Say if this RT value is close to 0, then past information is mostly forgotten. And if this RT value is close to 1, then past information is mostly retained. Then we have this WR, which is a weight matrix for reset gate. So it contains trainable parameters that learn how to combine the past hidden state as well as the current input. For that, we are applying this weight matrix on this data. Okay, so it contains all the parameters required to combine these two values. Then HT minus 1 is a previous hidden state which stores past information from the previous time steps. Then we have XT. So that is, we know it is a current input at time step T, the new information being processed. And we concatenated both of them. Okay, concatenation of the previous hidden state and current input. So both of them are actually combined into a single vector. So we are getting a single vector before applying it to the weight matrix. And we also added this bias term for reset gate, which helps shift activations for better learning. right? Then if you come to this processing part, processing words in a sentence. So suppose the model has already seen the word cat. Assume that this word cat is xt minus 1. And now it processes the word sat. The current input word is xt. So this reset gate RT, it decides how much of the past context which is related to cat. So past context means cat only, right? So how much of the past context should influence while processing this current input, while processing this word sat. Say if this word sat is highly dependent on this word cat, like the sentences the cat sat. Okay. So cat followed by sat we have. So if this sat is highly dependent on this word cat, reset gate will allow most of the past information as this word is depending on this. If sat is not relevant to cat, assume that this sat is not relevant to cat. In that case, reset gate will forget most of the past state. So it will forget this and focus only on this word sat alone. You understood, right? Say for example, if this word sat is dependent, highly dependent on the previous word cat, then this RT, what it does, reset gate, it will allow this past information also. It will remember that information. And if this sat is not relevant to cat, then in that case, no need to remember this information, right? Okay. So then in that case, it will forget most of the past state and it will only focus on the word sat alone. So that is what this reset gate will do. And after that, so this reset gate is used in order to filter the past information before computing the candidate hidden state. So here you can see we are applying this element wise multiplication on RT and HT minus 1. Okay. So this RT determines how much of the previous hidden state HT minus 1 should be used when computing the next candidate memory, right? So this operation, this element wise multiplication, it ensures that each element of this HT minus 1 is scaled by corresponding element in RT. And why we need this operation? So the reset gate, it helps the GRU decide how much of the past information to keep or forget before computing the next candidate memory. Okay, so that's what we saw till now. So when this RT value is too small, model will forget the past data and focus only on the new input. So we saw that with example now. The cat sat. Okay, cat sat, both the words. And if this RT value is close to 1, then it retains past information. Then where we are using this notation, why we need this element-wise multiplication between these two means. So that is used in the next step while performing or while computing the candidate hidden state. So this part, it actually controls how much past information contributes to the new memory computation. For example, if you take the same context, the cat sat on the mat. When predicting the word sat, past words like cat, they may or may not be relevant. Okay, if this RT value is high, cat influences the prediction. If this RT value is low, model focus more on sat word itself. So this helps GRUs adaptively forget or retain past information, thus improves performance on the sequential data. So you can see this part in the diagram. So we are taking this RT and HT minus 1 and applied element wise multiplication on that. So this is the result we got from this. Fine. So till now we saw this in the equation. This is RT value and this is HT minus 1, perform element wise multiplication. Okay. Then coming to this update gate. So let us see that explanation first, then we'll go to the diagram part. And coming to step 3, compute candidate hidden state. So here we are using this notation. Okay, so first ht minus 1, we know that it is a previous hidden state and we already computed this value before. Okay, so we are using that element wise multiplication with reset gate. So the reset gate, it modulates ht minus 1 and controls how much of the past information influences this ht hat. And we have wh, which is a weight matrix that transforms the concatenation of this rt element wise multiplied with ht minus 1 and xt. So we are taking both these values and we are applying this weight matrix on that. So concatenation, this represents concatenation and this wh transforms this concatenation. It's a weight matrix. Then we have this bh bias term, and tan h is an activation function which squashes the output to a range between -1 and 1, which ensures nonlinearity and stability in the updates. So this equation, it computes a candidate for the next hidden state based on the current input and a controlled amount of past hidden state. The reset gate RT, here it allows the model to decide whether to use or forget the past information. And this candidate hidden state, this HT hat, is used in the final update equation of GRU. So we'll see how this will be used in the next step. Let us go to the picture now. This image. So what we did, we applied tan h activation function. So first take this value xt, and we got this, right? RT, this element wise multiplied with ht minus 1. This is the result. So these two, they are concatenated here. And that concatenated result will be passed to tan h activation function. From this, we got the result as ht hat. Till now, this is the process. Then, coming to the update gate. It decides how much of the past information should be carried forward to the next hidden state. So you can see this ZD. So this is the update gate at time step T. And this value ranges from 0 to 1 because of the sigmoid activation function determines how much of the previous hidden state should be kept in the current state. Then we have the sigmoid function which ensures the output remains between 0 and 1. And this is a concatenation of ht minus 1 and xt, previous hidden state and the current input. So both of them are merged into a single vector. Again, we'll get single vector here. And then we are applying WZ. So WZ is a weight matrix for the update gate, which learns a relationship between past information ht minus 1 and current input xt. Then this BZ bias term, it helps adjust activations for better learning. So this update gate, it helps the GRU determine whether to preserve past information or update it with a new input. So if this ZT value is 1, then past information is mostly retained. If the Z value is close to 0, then more of the new candidate hidden state is used. Okay, so model replaces the past information with new candidate memory if this ZT value is close to 0. And if this value is close to 1, then ignores the most of the new update, and it will just keep track of the past hidden state only. So that's the main difference. Then why we need this ZT means we'll use it in the hidden state update equation. Okay, so we'll see this part in step 5. Then coming to processing words in a sentence. Again, take the sentence, the cat sat on the mat. So when predicting the word sat, past words like cat, they may or may not be important. So if the ZT value is high, model retains information from cat in the hidden state. And if this ZT value is low, model replaces old context with the new information about the word sat. So moving to the diagram. So let us see the update gate part here. So here we are taking so this is a concatenated portion of xt and ht minus 1. We are taking that. Then apply sigmoid activation function from which we are getting zt. Okay, we are using this value in next state computation. So we'll see that part also. Next step is compute final hidden state ht. So this is a final hidden state at time step t. And first, let us see the terms present in this equation. So we already know that the ZT represents update gate at time step t, which decides how much of the past hidden state should be retained, and its value ranges between 0 and 1 because of the use of sigmoid activation function. Then this ht minus 1, it's a previous hidden state which contains memory from the past time steps. Then we have this HT hat, which is a candidate hidden state, new memory. So this is a newly computed hidden state that contains information from the current input. Then we have 1 minus ZT, which determines how much of the new candidate state is used. So out in this, how much of the new candidate hidden state should be used. So no need to use the complete hidden state, right? So only the important part is necessary. So that part, how much part is required, will be decided by this 1 minus ZT. And this ZT value, if this is close to 0, most of this HT is used. Say if this ZT value is close to 1, then most of this HT minus 1. So this will be retained, right? So what is that? If the ZT value is 0 or small, then we are going to use this HT part. Most of the HT hat will be used. If the ZT value is large, then this part HT minus 1 value will be retained. And this is the element wise multiplication in both the places, which ensures that element of the vectors is multiplied individually. So we'll see that in the picture, in this architecture. So what we did while computing the final hidden state. So this is the final hidden state value. So first we are taking ZT element wise multiplied with HT minus 1. Then 1 minus ZT element wise multiplied with HT hat. Okay. So take this ZT, where is it? Here. So we are taking this value as well as HT minus 1 value. And here we are performing element wise multiplication. So this is the result for this part. Then coming to the second part, 1 minus ZT. So 1 minus ZT means this value. You can see 1 minus in the picture, 1 minus ZT. Okay, this one. 1 minus ZT. So this is ZT. So that should be element wise multiplied with HT. So we already got this HT value, perform element wise multiplication, and we got the result. So what we did at the end, we need to add both the values. So take this value and this result, perform element wise addition in order to compute HT. So that is what we did. At the end, you need to use this HT in order to predict the next word. So this equation represents how GRU outputs a prediction at time step t, typically in sequence prediction tasks like text generation or machine translation. So if you break this into multiple components, this y hat, yt hat, it represents the predicted output, that is probability distribution over possible words or labels. Then this wy, it's a weight matrix that transforms the hidden state HT. So this value will be transformed into output space. And this HT is a hidden state at time step t. So we got this value here. Okay, on this value, we are applying this weight matrix in order to transform it into the output space. So this HT contains encoded information from the previous inputs. Then we have BY, a bias term that helps fine tune the prediction. And we are applying softmax activation function, which converts raw scores into a probability distribution. So coming to the prediction of the next word. So if you take the sentence, the cat sat on the mat. So that is our question, right? So we need to predict this word. Now, this hidden state HT contains contextual information, whereas a fully connected layer computes scores for each possible next word. As we are applying softmax layer, it outputs, so the outputs probabilities will be like this. So for mat, the probability will be 80%. If it is floor, next word, then the probability will be somewhat 15%. And if it is stable, the probability will be 5%. So let us assume some percentages like this. So you'll get something like this after applying softmax layer. And the model predicts that this mat is having most highest possibility. So that is the model predicts this mat as the most likely next word.